is an associate professional route. Advanced level is 180. Full members exam route, then 250,000 naira full membership professional route. Additionally, you will have access to a very area of resources and materials in the fields of human resource and administration. Without wasting much of our time, there will be a question and answer section. It's going to be an interactive forum anyway. So without wasting much of our time, let me introduce our facilitator for today in the person of Victor Imojime. He is a certified human resources and project management professionals with over 5 years of experience in talent acquisition, employee engagement, and HR strategy. He holds a first-class degree in psychology from the University of Caritas and professional certifications from the American Academy of Project Management. He specializes in optimizing recruitment process, implementing HIRS and HRMS solutions, and developing data-driven HR policies that comply with labor regulations and enhance organizational performance. Victor has successfully led initiatives that has improved employee retention, strengthened workplace culture, and supported sustainable business growth. He is passionate about AI in HR to enable smart and faster decision-making. He is committed to continuous learning and designing people's strategy that drives measurable business impact. Currently, he works with NCWAF as a human resource specialist, where he specializes in talent acquisition and management, application of contemporary HR strategies to drive growth among employees and improve efficiency. He also works with Classic Montard as a human resource executive, where he manages end-to-end recruitment process, develop and implement HR policies to ensure compliance with labor laws, employee relations, training and development, payroll and benefit administration, and HRIS management. Without wasting much of our time, if you are not too busy with our emojis, let's welcome our facilitator for today. Thank you very much. Mr. Victor, please, over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I think so. That's too loaded, sir. Please indicate if you can hear me, guys. If anybody can hear me, indicate. Maybe just a thumbs up. Yes, Esther Creations. Yes, Jude. Oh, Jude, my man. Jude, thank you very much. Yes, Darlington, can you hear me? Faith, can you hear me? Yes, sir. Eligu K has joined us. Welcome, sir. We have been expecting you. Please, if you can hear me, indicate, sir. That is great. That is very, very nice. Okay, so guys, before everybody can hear me now. So before we get to the main thing on ground, it's always first, it's actually my culture to let each and every person know each and every person. I'm sure some of you already know yourselves, but I may not have met you people professionally. So kindly do a self-introduction. You can unmute your mic and then you give us a few things. Now, this is how you go. You give us your name. You give us your, if you're working, you give us your organization and why such an organization. Then you would actually tell us what you expect to get from this class. What do you guys expect to get from me? I am scared. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 very important people. I may not be able to meet up, but tell me, very smart people. So I'm going to go off mic. I'll mute myself and listen. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us where you're from. Tell us why HR. You see, because there are a lot of things out there. So why did you choose HR? You tell us that, and then you tell us what you expect from this class. Name, organization, why HR, and what you expect to get from us. Thank you very much. We can start. Esther, you go.
Good afternoon,
Esther,
sir.
we're
Thanks for
waiting
the
for you.
privilege. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for the privilege, sir. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you, Esther.
Okay, my name is Adewale Esther. I currently work at Allmark Supermarket as the store manager, also acting as an HR because I joined their recruitment section. So I chose to switch to HR roles because I have a lot of experience when it comes to management roles. So yes, and I've always been working both the management and the HR roles. I joined the HRs while they are doing their works and all those things, and that give me like I felt there's something about HR that I also need to know about, and also I develop interest in HR due to set of people I've worked with. And in this class, I'm looking forward to know more about recruitment and selection for HR profession, also other administrative roles. So I want to understand basically so that I can be able to transfer knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, Esther. Esther, thank you very much for that. Everybody, we have heard from a wonderful lady, and you didn't tell us if it's a Miss or a Mrs. We would like to know so I can
Sorry,
properly
it's a
address
miss.
us.
It's a miss. Miss Esther, not Mrs. yet. Miss.
Jude, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Victor, we lost you for a while, but you can carry on now.
Okay, okay. Elaguke, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Elagu, you're on mute. You can unmute and then give us.
My name is Eligu, and HR manager with Kuyash Integrated Farm Limited. HR has been a mixed bag, but all thanks to one of my boss, Oga HR, Dr. Ikena Okafor. So, what I'm expecting from the class, I'm, I'm hoping
Mr. Liago, we can't hear you anymore.
Yes, we cannot hear you, sir.
Okay, maybe the next person can, we can move to the next person so that maybe when it comes up, we take it from there. Mr. Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. We have Darlington. Darlington is here to give us an introduction. Darlington? Hello? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I can't hear nobody.
I can hear you. I can hear you very well. I can hear you very well.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Darlington. Can you proceed, please?
Okay,
Mr. Victor just left for a while.
okay. I'm sorry, I just, okay, I think we're talking about introduction, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes.
Okay. My name is Gabriel Uche Darlington. I'm the senior HR executive at Wellway Nigerian Plastic, a subsidiary of Seaway Group, and got so many years of experience in the in the field. Actually, a friend of mine introduced me to this SHRPAN. The guy's name is Darius. Presently, now the guy is in I think he's in Aba or Anambra, because I wanted a platform where I can also expand, my career as well too. So, and for the meantime, that I have joined or registered with SHRPAN, I've been able to gather uh, one or two stuff. It has actually been of a help. So I believe that with this, the journey is too far, and I'm willing to learn more. So it's an opportunity and it's a privilege to be part of this party. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Darlington Gabriel, for that wonderful. And trust me, SHRPAN is the best place we can ever be when we talk about career growth. While we wait for our facilitator, Mr. Victor Imojime, I would also like to make us understand that there will be a question and answer section, and I will encourage us to pen down our questions, because from the look of things, we are somehow behind the schedule. So let's pen down our question. Okay, thank God we have our facilitator back. Mr. Victor, you can
Yes.
carry on, please.
Yes, I can. Thank you very much. We're waiting to hear from Darlington. Darlington, we do not know your full profile. We're expecting your name, your organization. Why did you choose HR and what you want to achieve, or what are your objectives for this class? I have mine. I want to learn from you people shamelessly. So if you think this is a session where you will be asking the facilitator questions, sir, you are free to log out. This is a session. It's not a class. It's KBS. Darlington, please go ahead if you can hear us.
Mr. Victor, I think he has done that while you are away. But Mr. Darlington, you can just summarize, so that we can move on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said earlier, my name is Gabriel Darlington, and I'm the senior HR executive at Seaway Nigerian Plastic, a subsidiary of Seaway Group, Food and Beverages. Like I said earlier, I came across SHRPAN from a colleague of mine who is actually at somewhere about Anambra. Give me an insight that this is the best platform I can develop my skills. I can learn more. And from the day one, which I have actually joined, I can see a lot of changes. So I feel and I believe that I guess I'm one of the luckiest person, to be part of the society, and I'm here to learn. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Darlington. Nice of you. Thank you. So we proceed. Now, most of the time when you hear the term HR, what comes to your mind when you hear HR? Darlington, what comes to your mind? Mostly you're a senior HR personnel. We value you. Well done, sir. Permit me to be a bit informal. I work
Hello, Mr. Victor.
in an informal way.
Hello, Mr. Victor. Can you?
Yes, I'm with you. I got your message. Faith. Are you with me?
Yes, please, Mr. Victor, please kindly proceed.
All right. So I'm sure we've all come across this thing. I'm in HR and somebody says, please find me a job. Please get me a job. I trust that has actually happened to a lot of us here. Most people, when it comes to HR, when you say you're in HR, the first thing that comes to your mind is you will get me a job. But that's not true. HR is actually a very broad field that has various facets. And we'll be exploring one of those facets today, and that is recruitment and selection. You see, recruitment and selection, as it sounds. What is recruitment? Does anybody have an idea? If you do have an idea, just type 1 in the chat box.
Please, Mr. Victor, you're not sharing your screen. Your screen is not showing, please.
Give me a minute. I'm working on it.
All right, thank you.
So type 1 in the chat box if you have an idea as to what selection and recruitment is. Well, Darlington, great. Thank you. I see Mr. Kenneth. Mr. Kenneth, welcome. Thanks for joining us. On my screen, let's go ahead. Let's talk. Sorry, my network is really trying to ruin my day, but I'm working on it, guys. I apologize for that. My network is trying to ruin my day, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. While I'm working on sharing my screen, we can kickstart recruitment and selection. You see, what is recruitment? What do you
Mr.
think
Victor,
recruitment is?
would you mind I share for you?
Okay, no, I'll be glad.
Okay, please kindly avail me the slides. Let me share from my end here.
Miss Faith, is she online? She can do that for you. She has the content.
Oh, she's not online. Okay, let me just stand by.
Yes.
Kindly proceed.
Drop your email for me.
Okay.
Drop your email in the chat box, please. While he's doing that, we go ahead and discuss still. Recruitment is the art of actually bringing people into an organization. That is what basically, that is what it is. Every other part, every other thing you may hear is, yes, English. We speak a lot of English. Okay, thank you. I've seen that. I've seen that. Recruitment is just, like I said, getting people into the organization. There are different routes, there are different places. I'm sure as we work, we know that there are more than, we have an organization where we have different people, you see, very different people, different age grades, different levels, all working together. How did these people get into the organization? They were recruited.
Mr. Victor, are you there? Can another person hear me?
All right. Now, this recruitment. Okay. Yes, I can. Can you?
Yes, please, I can hear you. Go on, please.
Yes. This was in good. 2016. The first thing you need to know about recruitment is it is a ghetto. It is difficult. Don't laugh. It is very difficult because there are a lot of things that will pass you by if you're not very careful in recruitment. People will always try to be as presentable as they can be so that they can actually get you to bring them. People are looking for jobs, but you as an HR, you're going to see beyond, you should see beyond the person that is sitting in front of you. There are different strategies that you should use for recruitment. There are different strategies one should use for recruitment. Now, while we're at that, the first one. Hello, Drew, can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you, Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor just left. Why we wait for him so that he can really connect? This network thing can be somehow frustrating, I tell you. But let's be patient a bit while he rejoins. And like I was saying before, your questions, you need to pen them down So we'll have a 30 minutes section, 30 minutes for questions to be asked. And also, if you're in a noisy background, please, you can type your question at the chat in the chat box, so I can communicate that clearly to the facilitator. And also note the WhatsApp line and the account details will be posted on the chat box, and also the every other information that you require, you need to know about SHRPAN, we posted on the chat box. Thank you very much. Please kindly confirm if you can hear me. Okay, Darlington, thank you. Please let's be patient with Mr. Victor. He will join us. Trust me, I've been part of his lecture for some time, and I know he's loaded. He's very, 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 very capable when it comes to the human resource space. So let's be patient a bit. We're going to learn a lot today. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Please, let's give him some time. Thank you for your patience. Mr. Victor is still trying to reconnect. And once you reconnect, we'll proceed from there. Please, I appreciate your patience. Thank you so much.
Hello. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. Please. Sorry for that. It's actually, it was out of my control. Nigeria is happening to me, but I believe we're done.
Welcome back. No problem, sir.
Please. All right. So we're good to go now. So at the end, I have a couple of objectives myself. All right. But first and foremost, right, I was going to say in an organization, we have different age grades. That's what we may call them. But in this context, they're actually called, let's look at generations. Let's call them generations. I'm going to treat recruitment in full, but now let's look at the different generations that we have in a workplace and how do these people get involved. Yes, we can leave it at generations. We have all heard of the phrase Gen Z, Gen Z. But what is Gen Z? Who knows what Gen Z is? We even use it very, very loosely. But Gen Z is a very, very special group of people. I'm not reverse teaching. I'm actually just giving a hint.
Can you see my screen?
I'm good. I'm all right. I can see yours.
Okay.
Yes, I can see. If the house can see, then we're fine. If the house can see, then we're okay. What is generation? Let's look at generation. What is generation? Generation is a space. In this context, generation is a particular group of people born within a particular space. You see, that's why they're divided into subs, into different categories. First, we have traditionalists. Who are traditionalists? These are people that are 78 years and above. People that are 78 years and above. If you have anybody, which is very rare, most of these people in this particular context must have resigned. You see, if you have people who are 78 years and above, they're actually referred to as traditionalists, or we can also say that the silent generation. That is what we can also refer to them as. There's a reason why they are called the silent generation. We'll get to that. Then we have baby boomers. Baby boomers are those aged between 57 and 77, you see. Then we have Generation X, those that are born, that are aged between 42 and 56. Then we also have millennials, aged 26 to 41, and Generation Z, aged 12 to 25. Generation Z is the group of people that we actually refer to as Gen Z. It's a short, generation, and Z. So now, having gotten that off the board, what are the objectives of this class? At the end of this class, I have a target that first, everybody should be able to identify the generations in the workspace. Please, you should be writing some of these down. Identify generations in the workplace. The second objective is develop inclusive recruitment strategies. Inclusive recruitment strategies. Then the third objective I have is what? Enhance communication and engagement. Communication and engagement. Anytime they say engagement, a lot of people think it's just about organizing birthday parties, organizing Friday nights, sharing wine in the workplace. It's actually more than that. Then the fourth objective is all of us as HR personnel from this class, after this class, you should be able to leverage on technology and innovation. What does that mean, leverage on technology and innovation? Leveraging on technology and innovation means that you should be able to use technology and innovation. While they were reading my profile, you people heard something about HRIS. What is an HRMS? Does anybody have an idea what those are in the house? Please, you can drop it in the chat box, or you can unmute and then tell us. What is HRIS? What do we refer to as HRIS, please? Anybody?
Let me try.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Human Resource Information System.
Okay, and HRMS?
Human Resource Management System.
Okay, that is beautiful. That is awesome. Do we all agree that these things mean human resource management system and human resource information system? I think we do. Now, what are these? These are softwares, these are tools that contain a lot of activities, a lot of features that make the HR's work easier. We have payroll, we have recruitment, we have onboarding. We are going to discuss all these strategies later. And then number 5, we have as an objective, we should be able to build a multi-generational workforce. We should be able to build a multi-generational workforce. What's a multi-generational workforce? A workforce or a company of people, personnel that cuts baby boomers. Guys, are we together up until that point? If you can hear me, please indicate. Okay, we're good then. We're great. All right, Jude. Jude, I can't see. I would like to move to the next, but I can't see your display. I can't see the information, the slide. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah. Let's break these things down. Let's break these categories down. We'll start from the naming. Why are these people called what they are called? You see, now let's kickstart with the silent generation or traditionalists. Right. These people were actually more reserved. People born within that era, you see, within that period, within that time space, actually do not express themselves a lot as they would or as they should. They're actually more reserved than we should be. That's why they are called what? The silent generation. All right. This period, they were raised in a very difficult situation, a very difficult period. And mostly they didn't have the wherewithal to actually express themselves as they should. You see that? That's why they're called that way. All right. Baby boomers. What does that mean? Boom. How many of us trade Forex? We do have an idea about crypto and Forex, don't we? Please, if you do, highlight. Let me know. Because the next example I'm about to give is going to be about that. So, yeah, sometimes you hear things like the market is booming. When the market is booming, it means things are going good, things are going up. There's multiplication. You're getting profit. Sometimes it's referred to as bullish. You say a bull is going up. Now, these people actually were born or they came around. You see, these people were actually came around after the World War, the Second World War. You see, now what happened after the Second World War? After the Second World War, there was an increase in population. What does that mean? They gave birth to more children. You see, and that makes them baby boomers. They created more kids. You see, I don't know what you have in mind, but that's actually what it says. Okay? This was between 1946 and 1964. You see, that was when things actually got to the baby booming stage. A lot of people had actually died a lot during the World War. We know about Hiroshima. People had actually died. And then this period is like actually that multiply and fill the earth story. This was when they put it into practice. Okay. The next we have Generation X. We have Generation X. Generation X are actually born between 1965 and 1980, and they are aged 45 to 59. Majority of us, these are our CEOs. I guarantee that. Majority of us, these are our CEOs. These are our bosses. You see, these are the people that actually run the things in the organization. When you have people like this as your bosses, you have an idea. They actually do understand a bit of what you go through, but they don't understand the whole thing. The next we do have is millennials. Millennials were born between 1981 and 1996. These are within the ages of 27 to 44. 27 to 44. You see that? Generation Z is Gen Z, the most popular generation right now. These are born within 1997 to 2012, and majority of them, they're aged between the ages of 13 to 26. Then the next one, we're still getting to that, Generation Alpha. You see, those are the generations. You see, Gen X, right? This is like they were actually came in, you see, because of a lack of identity. Have you ever heard the phrase find X? In mathematics, you're always finding X, right? Now, that is why these people were referred to as Gen X. There was a lack of identity, a particular phase, a particular construct which they should be identified with. You see that? And so that's why the name of Gen X came about. Then millennials. 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 You know what a millennium is? Major, we had a millennium around the year 2000. You see, now they are actually sometimes referred to as Gen Y, but that is very, 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 very seldom. Most of the time, they're called millennials. All right. Now, the next we have Gen Z. Like I said, first to go, these are internet babies. These are people that have understood the internet. These are people that are digital natives. Sometimes you hear the phrase digital native. What does it mean to be a digital native? You see, this is exactly what these people live on their phones. These people have an idea about technology more than any other person. These people value self-growth. They teach themselves, you see, most of the time. Through what? Options like YouTube videos, tutorials, Reels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. These are the kind of tools that we have where these people utilize. You see, so now that is where the generations come from, and that is what they mean. You see, now we are looking for generations in the workplace. You must have an inclusive system. What does an inclusive system mean? An inclusive system means it's a system of recruitment that captures each of these generation that we have mentioned here. You do have the baby boomers, all right? You do have the Generation X, you do have the millennials, you have the Gen Z. Gen Alpha, majority of them are not working. Yeah. Now, let's look at what represents these. So generally, we have four major categories of generations in the workplace. You see, four. No, please, next slide. We have four major categories. Jude, if you can hear me, please switch to the next slide. Thank you. The next one too. Yes. We have four major categories. What are these categories? Like that? Boomers, X, Millennials, Z. B, X, M, Z. B, X, M, Z. If you use that, you would actually remember it a lot more. Let's start with the boomers. What do baby boomers look for? Stability, job security. You have people in most of these people are where in the civil service. There's pension, there's job security. They cannot get fired easily. They have to grow through the process. All right. The next, Gen X, what actually pushes them? What motivates them? What are they looking for in the workplace? Everybody seeks different things in the workplace. You see, what Mr. Jude is looking for in the workplace is quite different from what Mr. Victor is looking for in the workplace, in as much as we're working in the same organization. So these people seek work-life balance. You see that they're not just all about their jobs. No, they're actually about their jobs and their life. You have to clearly balance these things. According to research is done, Generation X try to balance work and their life. There are many other factors that motivate these people, but I'm picking just I'm highlighting the major ones. Okay. The next, we have millennials. What motivates these people? We have flexibility. Flexibility. How many people are millennials? Please, if you're a millennial, you can actually just highlight. And now from communication with me, where do you think I fall? Please drop it in the box. And anybody that gets it right, I would actually have a gift for the person. You drop your OP. Let me drop something small for you. If you can actually get it, do let me know. I am looking for it. I can't find anybody here yet. Millennial? Okay. Darlington says millennial. Mr. Jude, what do you think? Where do you think I fall? If you will drop your OP.
Gen Z.
Eh? This is mad gone. This is mad gone. Mr. Kenneth, you are not part of this class, please. All right. Your response is not valid. Okay. Gen X, you think I'm a Generation X. That means I'm trying to balance my life and work. That's what I look for in an organization, according to what you're saying. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it appears I would not be sending anything to anybody. I am a traditionalist. Okay. I'm a traditionalist. Darlington, please, after this, I'll drop my WhatsApp number. You send your OP to my account, to my WhatsApp, and let me drop something a bit for you. All right, because you got it. Yes, I'm a millennial. Okay. In the workplace, Who are the people you rely on most? Who do you think you rely on most as an HR manager? Who are the people you would fall back on a lot, going by this breakdown in generation, and why do you choose those people? Is there anybody that can give us a hint? Anybody? No, feel free to unmute now. I'd like to also communicate. Esther, you like to tell us?
Sorry, the question again, please. The question again.
As an HR manager, as an HR, right? HRM, HRO, BPHR, yeah, head of HR. What category, what generation do you think you will fall back on more in the organization that you work? And why? Yes, I'm with you, Darlington. You can go ahead. Hello, Darlington. Are we good?
Okay, from the question you asked now, it's a little bit tight to, okay. Well, to me, I fall in the category of this millennial. That's what I found myself.
Yes, that is where you find yourself. Now,
Yes.
if you have a category of staff, who will you rely on most? That's another thing. What generation will you rely on most for needs, for things? Everybody have their people in the workplace. There are some people that in your organization, there are some, I'm sure there's a particular staff that performs excellently. Anytime you need something done, you go to that person. Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Good. Now that's why I'm asking. What generation does that person fall under?
The Gen Z generation.
Gen Z. So that
Yes.
means you rely more on your Gen Z.
Yes.
Why do you rely more on your Gen Z?
You know, basically, if you look at the whole thing right now, you see that they are more or less like tech gurus, among them, and everything about them is just quite different from the millennial, based on level of education, whereby, then in the 90s and compared now in the 20s, there's a huge lot of gap, or let's say a huge lot of improvements between the period of time. So those are in the Gen Z level. I see them as they are very, very fast in adaptability, Um, everything about them is just quite different, majorly in area of tech.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. And Esther? Esther, if you can hear me, we'd like to hear from you. Is Esther with us? Esther, are you with us? Maybe she's not. Okay, yes, I'm listening. Esther, we do not want you to write. We want you to speak.
Okay, so I think I will also rely on the Gen Z because they are somehow very smart. Not all of them, but they are smart. And there's this thing about them I observe. They are a go-getter. So I think the only thing about them is that they learn fast, they are smart, but at the same time they can easily make any decision. So I
Okay.
think there's still someone to still rely on.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Kenneth? Kenneth, you already have challenges. I wonder how you're holding up. Kenneth is a very good friend of mine, guys. All right, he's a very good boy. He has very terrible decision making skills. You see, I don't know why on earth. I don't know. I don't know why of everything, Mr. Kenneth decides to go for depression. He went to support Manchester United. Permit me to digress a bit. I wonder why. You see that? Well, Of everything, this man chose to be depressed. Well, Kenneth, please do regale us. Who would you rather fall back on a lot in your organization?
So for me, because I don't want to laugh, Mr. Victor. Okay, so for me, because I am a millennial, I would definitely depend on them because they are very flexible. They'll give you what you want. They'll give you definitely. For Gen Z, why I won't go for
Oh,
Gen Z? They are very lazy, very lazy. I've interviewed a lot of them. They are the ones even asking me questions in the interview session. So for me, I'll go for millennials. Then I would also go for the Gen X because in a way they are trying to have work-life balance. Even if personally I don't think there's work-life balance. What I think there is work-life integration. Thank you, sir.
wow. Oh, wow. That's a complicated answer. We'll address that. Work-life balance, work-life integration. I like that. I like that. That is beautiful. I don't know what you mean by that, but I would actually like to learn more from you. Please, I pray, I hope SHRPAN will give you a class one day where all of us can learn from you. That is lovely. Okay. Work-life balance, work-life integration. He wants to go for millennials or Gen X. Okay. Jude, is Jude here with us? Jude, please do tell. Where would you rather fall back on? What kind of people would you rather fall back on? Hello, Mr. Jude. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you. I think I will fall back to the millennia and also the like what Mr. Kenneth said, and the Gen X, trying to balance this to, in as much as I'm flexible in my work areas, I also need to look at how to balance the whole thing so that it will enable me to be productive. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much for contributing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Okay. Now, personally, personally, my approach is eclectic. What do I mean by eclectic? It's a collection. I look for people with productivity in each of these generations. Why do I do that? Because I know that there is need to actually integrate these people together. There's something we say, the wisdom of the elders and the young people's energy drives productivity. Please, if you can put that down, it's actually a very, very lovely piece. Wisdom of the elders and strength of the youth drives productivity. Now, as we go further, this is not physical strength. All right, this is actually mental strength, the ability to hold more information, the ability to think differently, the ability to use different tools. These are the things I refer to as strength. All right, great. Next slide, please, sir. So, Jude, can you hear us? Yes, great. Now, how do you ensure that you have the right people? How do you ensure that you attract people that are cut across all age grades, all generations? These are some of the things, right? The first one, definitely you can go for headhunting, you can put out ads. These are different recruitment. You can actually go to join groups and actually get these things, professional groups, you see. But this, we'll get to that later. But first and foremost, in your ads, in your adverts, what do you push out? What do you portray? What kind of organization are you? There's something called employer branding. How do you attract people from different age grades, different generations? First and foremost, use terms like passionate individuals instead of what? Young and vibrant. What does that mean? You are looking at the individuals. You're not looking at the age group, whether they are young, whether they are not. Unless these job roles require specific age grades or require specific biological dispositions or predispositions. The next we do have is what? Focus on skills, not years of experience. Has anybody ever seen this where they tell you, yo, do we know what yo is? Does anybody know what yo is? Y-O-E. Can anybody highlight it, put it in the chat box? What do we have as yo? What do you understand to be yo? Y-O-E. Everybody, Y-O-E. Please do tell us. Years of experience. Beautiful, lovely. Now, YOE, yes. Oh, my people are too good. Guys, come on, man. Who's going to collect this lecture from me? I want to listen to you people. I want to listen to seasoned HRs, HR professionals like you guys. Well, most of the time when adverts are put out, we tend to emphasize on years of experience, 10 to 15 years of experience, 15 to 20 years of experience. We have entry-level jobs that are requesting for 5 years of experience. Has anybody seen that? Entry level. You're requesting for 5 years of experience. How are these people supposed to get it? From their womb or from their universities? So what I'm trying to say here is you should try to focus on skills, not exactly the years of experience. I'm not saying that is not important. You can't buy experience. Experience is very important, very lovely, you see. But how about the skills? Focusing on the skills means you trying to, talking about skills, what do we understand as transferable skills? Do we know what this is? I like an interactive session, so I actually like people talking, and I'm communicating with people who are communicating with me. Please, yes, tell me. All right. Transferable skills. What do we understand these things to be? Anybody? I would be forced to call Mr. Kenneth. Please, people get it. We're actually on the process of attracting all age groups. That is where we are. We have been able to identify the first one, which is use neutral terms, individuals as opposed to young and vibrant. Then the next one we're on what? Focus on skills, not years of experience. And then under skills, I highlighted what do we understand to be transferable skills. I'll go ahead, write this down if you can. Transferable skills are those qualities, those skills that are actually not restricted to a particular discipline, a particular role. These are skills that can be applied to different roles. If you want to be a customer care agent, all right, you can have communication, you can have organizational skills, you can have attention to details, you see, you can have coerciveness, you see, you can have a lot. This is what adaptability. These are skills that are not restricted anywhere. You can actually apply them everywhere. You see that? So that's why I'm saying you focus on skills, especially in this current era where skills actually are worth more than certificates. Who agrees with me? Just give me a thumbs up. And if you do not, please let me know why. Skills are worth more than what? Skills are worth more than certificates. At the end of this, I heard you say you would get a certification for this. Yes, you will get certification for this. But what skill do you have? Some of us have actually carried out interviews. Mr. Kenneth, I know you've conducted interviews. All right. Please do tell us, what do you look out for in a candidate? Maybe give us the top three. Everybody, let's listen to Mr. Kenneth. What do you look out for? Everybody, you should write this down. You would read this to us at the end of the class. What are the most, because I know Jude has actually conducted interviews and screened candidates. I don't know about Esther or Darlington. I'm sure you must have. Anyway, Mr. Kenneth, you can keep yours. Let's listen to Darlington. You have crazy interview and recruitment experiences, I'm sure. Do tell us. Share one with us and then tell us what you look out for in a candidate.
Okay. During the process of interviews, I look at one or two things. We know perfectly that qualifications and experience, these are the major things that need to attract candidates, for a particular role. But I look at the practical aspects of it. It's not just about you writing the CV, 10 pages, 15 pages. No, I don't care about that. The major thing is, can you do the job? The skill, the ability, if you can do it. There are some of them that each time they come for an interview like this, they might not have the ability, or let's say they might not have that full confidence to express themselves while having an interview process, maybe because they are scared. But technically, they know what they are saying. Some of them believe in practical aspect of it. Majorly, like I work in the manufacturing sector, so majority of my recruitment is being done for the blue collars, because the white collars, the recruitment is not something on yearly basis. That is, it takes a long time. But for those in the blue collars, we look at the skill. If you have a technical know-how of this thing, so this particular thing is what I'm actually looking at as well too. So that is how I do my own recruitment.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Darlington. All right, so Darlington looks at skills. You see, that's what I was looking for, skill. You see, Darlington looks at skills. Darlington looks at practical knowledge, not just telling me that you can. He works a lot more. He works in the manufacturing. So, like he said, majority of his recruitment is blue collar. Now, blue collar, we know what blue collar means. All right, so he does more with people that are hands-on. So the skills he looks for are those things that can be practiced. You can show me what you know. Don't tell me. That is Darlington's work. You see, am I correct, Darlington? Show me what you can do. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Great, great. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, Esther, what do you look out for? Esther, we're waiting for you. What do you look out for during recruitment? Top three things you look out for. Share your weirdest recruitment experience.
Okay. Okay, like three things I look out for during recruitment. I can actually say the practical aspects, the skills, and ability to communicate. Because there are some people that they can't communicate. Like they don't have the good communication habits. And in a situation, I work in a retail role. So in a situation whereby you cannot really communicate well, and you are in a team of five, you will have the idea, you have everything, but you don't know how to transfer the knowledge. So I look for practical aspects, skills, then communication aspects.
Okay, that's great. That's great. There's something I'm looking for. I'm yet to get it. There's something that is very, very important in recruitment. I'm looking for it, but I'm yet to get it. Okay, Mr. Kenneth, can you give us your opinion? What do you look out for most? What are the top three things? Skills, practicability,
Okay, so
and communication.
yeah.
That is what Esther looks out for.
So let me just add to what he said because of time. So for me, two things added to
Is
what
it
he
just me?
said. Um, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, so culture fit. Um, every organization has their culture. Okay, so many a times, immediately I start an interview with a candidate, I read everything. Okay, I look out for everything. His mannerism, how he answers the question, how he interrupts me if he does at all. I look out for that. So culture fit very, very important. Look at if they truly our company culture, which is integrity, customer focus, and what have you. Then, very importantly, um, interpersonal skills and EQ, that's emotional intelligence. Very, very important because this would definitely help them to actualize those skills and competencies you've looked out for from day one, which is their technical skills, knowledge, and experience. If they do not have EQ and also interpersonal skills, they won't deliver well on the job. So added to what Darlington and Esther has said.
Mr. Victor, did you
See my
get that?
network? I can't hear you again.
Sakena, can you
Mr.
hear me?
Mr. Jude, what do you look out for? What do you look out for mostly?
Okay. On my end here, I'll be looking out for Esther said, communication is key because you need to have the ability to communicate clearly. You might have an idea, you might have the necessary skill, but sometimes the communication comes in. Those are the things that I would definitely look out for in the interview recruitment process. Thank you.
Okay, that's lovely. How come nobody has mentioned attitude? Why hasn't anybody mentioned attitude?
Hello, Mr. Victor.
Don't we think that's important? Esther, you don't look out for attitude? The candidate's attitude is not important.
Actually, candidate's attitude is very, very important. Like very, very important.
What role does attitude play in recruitment? Guys, if I was going to give you guys an exam, some of you would not like me. I am very thorough with these situations. What role does attitude play in recruitment? It plays a major role because attitude determines if you are teachable, if you can be coached, if you can be mentored. All right, skills can be learned. The job can be taught. Attitude is very difficult. It is self-created. It is difficult to change. You see, so whenever you're doing recruitment, please do not ignore the factor of attitude. Attitude determines if people will work well. Attitude determines if people will be a cultural fit. Attitude determines if people will be very practical. Some people are very good, but very rude. Do we agree with that? Very good, but very rude. Okay. Now, will you hire someone like that? Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Will you hire somebody like that who is good but rude? You understand that? Why? Because they are a negative representation of your organization. They may not be a good cultural fit, according to Mr. Kenneth. They may not be very good with interpersonal relationship, according to Jude. You see how attitude is cutting across all the things we have mentioned? You cannot do without a good attitude. You are destined to fail. I guarantee that. I guarantee it. If we're focusing a lot on skills, we are going to look more at Gen Z because that is where the future is. But it's a very, very complex situation. So let's go ahead. Now, you know that the third thing we're looking at is advertisement. Where do you advertise? What group are you looking for? The group you're looking for determines where you advertise. If you're looking for, maybe let's say Gen X or baby boomers, where do you advertise? These people are not on Instagram. These people are not on TikTok. You see, these people are not on Twitter or X. Sorry, X. You see, so where do you advertise these things? A lot of people these days, there are very few, but magazines exist. People read them. You see that? Newspapers are still in vogue, but they are not actually patronized as before. There, you can agree with me, the market of papers is actually dying down because of the internet. But ads in these places get you baby boomers. And baby boomers are those that are actually up there, very, very up there. Those are the people that actually right now are mentors. You see, most of them are actually called in professor emeritus. You understand? These are people that have worked and known that, you see, and actually gained a lot of experience. Then, if you want people like myself and Gen Z, maybe Esther is a Gen Z or Mr. Kenneth is a Gen Z. Okay. So now, if you want people like Mr. Kenneth, you see, oh, Esther, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Mr. Kenneth, now, you want people like Mr. Kenneth, you advertise on places like what? TikTok, X, LinkedIn, Instagram. Why is that? Because most of these people, the Gen Z, like we said, are digital natives. You see, they are digital natives. Now let's go ahead. Please, next slide, sir. Sorry, I forgot to mention. When you're actually, okay, like furthermore, word of mouth and referrals. How many people work with referrals? I prefer referrals because I know you will not refer nonsense for me. Mr. Darlington, I'm looking for a manager for an hotel, all right? No, a service apartment. You see, I actually want the person to manage the work and everything about the service apartment. Please, who do you have in mind? And highlight these qualities the person has. Hotel, hotel. Darlington, please.
Sorry, the question again, please.
I'm looking for a manager, okay, to manage an hotel. Who do you have in mind, and what qualities made you choose this person for me? I want you to refer someone for me.
Okay. What was for such position? I'll first of all go for referrals. Maybe communicate with one or three of my friends that I know very well, who are also in the same field with me as well. Too. If they have anyone who has a similar experience for the said position,
Great.
then aside from that, I will not only depend on that. I will still go on my normal social media handle and do my normal adverts, because there are times that even during the referral process, you might not actually get exactly what you want after you've done the normal interview. So I combine both together.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Now, you see, referral. This is word of mouth, but yeah, this is an advert strategy as well. I just advertised for you guys. So now, anybody in this group can actually call me and let me know that we have someone that is like this, that fits this category. You see that? Then the next is highlight the most important thing. This is the last thing to look out for. We have explored how many? 4. Use neutral terms in your adverts. Focus on skills, not years of experience. Advertise on social media platforms or on platforms that determine who you get. You see, you can go word of mouth, you can go on Instagram, LinkedIn, X, Facebook. Depends on who you're looking for. You're looking for Gen Z, I'll advise you focus more on what? Social media platforms. Even TikTok majority. We agree that TikTok is gradually taking the market of Instagram. Do we agree? Yes, we agree. We agree to that. You see, so use TikTok. Don't play about this. Guys, we are administrators. And for you to be in this class, it means you are upskilling yourself. That means you're going further. So we need to learn these things. You get that? Advertise on these platforms. Know these things before you actually put out the ad. Next is highlight what matters. What's the most important thing? When you know what people are looking for, you put that as the target. You're looking for baby boomers, your advert should carry things that attract baby boomers. Like what? Job security. Like what? Pension. Like what? Other benefits. I don't know if you understand that. These are the things that they look for. Job security, pension, or the benefits, fringe benefits. These are the things that matter to baby boomers. All right. This is where the concept of Maslow's theory comes in. Maslow's theory, who knows what Maslow's theory is and how does it apply in recruitment? We know Maslow's theory is talking about a theory of needs where people are graded differently according to their needs. If you understand the Maslow's theory very well, you can actually have a very good workforce, because by doing that, you divide your workforce into different generations, and then each generation you put them on the pyramid. All right, pyramid, and then see where they fall. If you can provide what they are looking for at the moment, you get their commitment. For example, you cannot be saying that you cannot keep a bank manager by saying there is a car loan. A bank manager doesn't need a car loan. That cannot keep him. But somebody that is on the lower ranks, you see, maybe a senior banking officer, SBO would be attracted to a car. And if he gets that, it's actually going to keep him. Growth. Millennials look for growth. Your organization, does it have opportunities for growth? What are these opportunities for growth? There's an L&D concept. This is one of them. L&D strategies. What is L&D? Can anybody tell us what L&D is? Just type it in the chat box while we go ahead. Gen Z. Gen Z want to look for purpose. They want to look for, why am I doing this? They ask a lot of, somebody said they ask a lot of questions. Somebody said, is it Mr. Kenneth? He said, these are the people that ask me a lot of questions. All right. Now, this is because they want to know what they're doing it for. They just don't want to work. All right. My wife, by God's grace, she's a Gen Z. Okay. And every morning I get 1 million questions of why she doesn't want to go to work. She works in a bank. She works in e-investigations. 1 million questions why she doesn't want to go to work. Maybe I hate my job. Maybe my boss is this. Maybe the AC in my office was not working. Hello, the AC in your office was not working. You're telling me the AC in the house is working. What am I doing with the AC in the office? These are some of the things you go through, you see. But what I'm saying is they look for purpose. They don't just exist. In trying to attract people of different generations, all right, you also try to avoid certain things. These are things to avoid, all right? While they previously were trying to, what are things to do? You see, use neutral terms, focus on skills, advertise on social media, highlight what matters. These now are the things to avoid. Avoid terms like what? Recent graduates only. Hello, it is stigmatization. How about people that have graduated before and have the skills for that job? There are some people that learn mental agility. They pick up things real quick. So somebody that was actually working as a typist using the typewriter has actually evolved with time and is comfortable using a laptop and a keyboard. But the person is an old graduate. Will you tell me that if you're looking for a typist, you will not recruit such a person because the person is not a recent graduate? We don't do that here. Okay? We don't do that here. For example, Paul Scholes, he resigned 12 million times. He was called back 15 million. If Manchester United were looking for recent graduates, they would not call Paul Scholes back. My example. All right. They will look for people like Rashford that will not be able to score goals after 34 games. Okay. But the other I'm saying is avoid recent graduates. This is not cast in stone. There are other terms. But what I'm saying is know these things that are discriminatory in nature and avoid them. Recent graduates only. Digital native. You understand that? Yes, you're looking for people that actually that are tech savvy. You see, it's better to even use tech savvy. You see, look for things that people willing to learn, ability to learn. Then you find these people and you teach them. Another one, age-related information. Age-related information. How many of us have seen CVs that have age on it? Thumbs up for it. Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you have seen something like that. You don't need that. You do not need those things. So avoid situations like that. The next is what? Accept applications. All right. Don't deny people applications because they have submitted hard copies. No, do not do that. You may be missing out on some very valuable stuff. Take hard copies and encourage an online application. Me, you come to my office with hard copy. Someone has come to my office before. Okay. I had a very weird recruitment experience. I was going to share this earlier, but we're all engrossed in the conversation. This was my experience. Somebody came to my office looking for a job, and the person gave me just an application letter and a cover letter and CV. So I was flabbergasted. I was like, why are you doing this? Why is this the only thing you're giving me? He said the credentials and certificates were burnt in Lagos. I said, okay, where did you study? It's close by, Jos. You see, okay, Abuja to Jos, how many hours? Run to Jos, go to your department, get me your file. All right. From in that file, there are photocopies of your documents. Talk to your HOD, you need this, and let him give you that. The guy said, okay, I agreed. The next is the shocker. This guy now told me that he doesn't have transport money to go to Jos. We're in Abuja now, all right? To go to Jos and go to his university. That I should borrow him 15,000 naira from his salary to go and collect his documents. Once he gets paid, he will refund the money. Guys, I was in shock. What we see, guys, I had never seen anything like that in my life. In my life. This guy has not been shortlisted for an interview. I have not seen this guy's documents, and he is borrowing money from his salary. What salary, please? How will you address a situation like that if it were you? Esther, do tell. I wonder how you were able to figure that out, Esther. I wonder how you were able to figure that out. He's actually, but that is very stereotypical. Day says that we should actually go for what? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So don't stereotype Hausa. Don't do that. But yes, the person was a Hausa person. All right. He was a Hausa man. Okay. So how will you handle that, Esther? Do tell.
I'm sorry for saying he's an outside man because I've actually worked with a couple of them. So in this case, I think I'll have to explain better to the candidates. Um, it's not as if we have employed you, so I'm just doing you a favor because I know that you may not, it's not only this place, there are other places that you are going to need the certificate for, and it's very good for you to have it at hand. So, and I think that's the little advice I'm going to give because the reason why I say he's an outside man is because I know what most of them
Thank
can
you.
be
Thank
up
you. I
to.
was asking more.
Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you, Jude, but I lost Esther.
Okay, I thought I lost you for a while.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I lost Esther. Well, I believe we're fine. Well, Esther, you can drop it in the chat box so we save time. All right. I don't mind if in this class at the end of it we're able to get just one thing. I am okay with it. All right. Learning is continuous. I am okay with just one thing if you can pick just one. All right. Now, going further. After that, it gets to the interviewing stage. All right. How do you interview for a multi-generational workforce. Remember, guys, recruitment generally, but we are specifically looking for how to recruit multi-generational workforce. A workforce that comprises of what? Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Gen Z. Okay, let's not lose focus. Now, after that, after your adverts, and then you've attracted these people using the right words and knowing what to avoid, okay, we're now at the interview stage after you've shortlisted. Okay, guys, let me tell, do we know that recruitment is like selling grilled fish? Somebody ask me how. Type how. Type how in the comments, in the chat box, and I'll explain. You're going to like this. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. So, recruitment, right? The first thing you do in recruitment is identify the vacancy. Please, guys, I'm taking us down now on stages. Identify the vacancy. All right, that's the very first step of recruitment. After you identify the vacancy, what do you do? Okay, after you identify the guys, this now, Mr. Jude, this is something a bit on the side from my other personal research, so it's not on this slide, but I can also share that if we're interested in it. Okay, now after identifying the vacancy, what next do? You post your advert, or you advertise. Okay, now by advertising, you attract a lot of people, qualified or unqualified. Now somebody that sells grilled fish, he actually identifies the vacancy, that there is no grilled fish, people are hungry. All right, nothing to relax with. How many of us drink? Nothing to go down with when you're relaxing. Okay, personally I don't, but I have people that do, and I notice I'm always out there with them for the fish, all right, or the meat. Yeah. Now this guy selling fish has identified the hunger in people. He goes to the river to fish. That's your advert now, because you are attracting more people. He casts his net into the river. You post your advert online, physical, word of mouth, in the church. You ask for referrals. That is you casting your net into the river. Okay. When a net is cast into the river, what does it catch? Fish. It brings every kind of fish, even crab, even the weeds in the river. You know that. Now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry will apply for that position. You could be looking for a real estate agent, and somebody that studied medicine will apply. He has no idea about real estate. We have seen that before, haven't we? Someone that apply, people apply for jobs that they are not even remotely connected to. That is what happens when you cast your fish, your nets. You catch crabs, you catch crayfish, you catch prawns, you catch shrimps, you catch catfish, you catch croaker, tilapia, but you're actually looking for catfish. Now you bring out these people. You bring out these people. Now bringing these people out, bringing this fish out, we refer to that as the interview stage. As the interview stage, because from here, sorry, not the interview, the shortlisting. After your advert, you shortlist. When you bring these people out, you're looking for those qualified. Now you're looking for catfish. You throw back things like prawn, shrimp, and everything. That means you discard those that are not qualified. Are you guys with me? Please don't lose me. Okay? You discard those that are not qualified by, okay, drop the CV in the bag, drop the CV in the bin, drop the CV in the bin, throw back the fish, throw back the prawn, throw back the shrimp. You bring out all the catfish, you see. Now, the next is what? Interviewing, okay? Now, in the fish thing, the next is where you begin to remove the small catfish. By the time you invite people for interview, You see, you pick their brains, you pick their character, you pick their personality, you pick their attitude. These things are important. Their brain, that is knowledge, skills, all right? You pick their character, you pick their attitude, all right? These are things that you should not forget. Then you pick their what? Personality. Okay? Brain, character, attitude, personality. Do we have these 4 things down? Don't forget them. You will need them later. Okay? A lot. Now, at that interview stage, you will find different people. These are people that are actually qualified by area of discipline, okay, by course of study. You see, now in the fish side, they are qualified by nature of being catfish, but you want the big sizes. You also want productive people. You begin to throw back the ones that are small. That is you now sieving your interview, getting the people that are more experienced, that have more skills. The fish guy is throwing back the smaller fish. Okay? After that, you get your qualified and experienced candidates. He gets his big catfish. The next thing is what? Training. Because after you are onboarding, more like after someone has passed the interview stage, the next is what? Onboarding and training, they go together. Okay, now after the guy has picked the fish, what is training to him? He begins to prepare the fish, wash them, remove the stomach and stuff, begin to apply the ingredients on them. That is training. Applying the ingredients now, applying the condiments, applying the seasoning. Okay, seasoning the catfish is like giving them what will make them sweet to the customer. Now, training and onboarding is giving that candidate the cultural, the values, you see, the vision, mission, the tools and skills he or she needs on the job. Guys, are we together? I hope you're not losing me, guys. Please, a thumbs up if you're losing me. A thumbs up if you're with me. Yes, Darlington is with me. Esther, are you with me? Mr. Jude, okay. Kenneth, you like fish, I know, no doubt. Don't play around that. You like fish. Please, are you with me? We're at training. We're at training now, okay? And now training and the fish side is what? Preparing. You're adding spice, seasoning, okay? You're giving them what it is. Now, after that is what? You put them on fire, which is still it. You're preparing them. Still training. You put it on the fire, you grill it. All right. After that, now what? You begin to give to customers. That is what? Placement in the organization. Placement. You begin to post them. You go to admin. You go to HR. You go to accounts. Placement. Now, when these fish, when you post these people to their various departments, what do you look for? Feedback, performance appraisal. Your customer comes, more your fish makes sense. The thing sweet, and my wife been like them. All right. You begin to go to team leads. Sir, this person you sent me, he's very, very productive. He knows how to do this, he knows how to do that. All right. Are we together on this? This is how recruitment and grilled fish actually align. Do you know why I'm doing this? Because anytime you remember grilled fish, you would remember the stages in recruitment. Please, if you have gotten anything from this analogy, please give me a thumbs up, let me know. Or if I've wasted my time and your time, please give me a thumbs down. Great, thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate it very, very much. Now, can we go back to the interviewing stage and what we are seeing on the screen? When you have actually gotten these people from the advert, in the interview, how do you interview them? You're looking at a baby boomer, you're asking the person things about SEO. How many of us know what SEO is? SEO, HR, you need to diversify. Let me know what is SEO? SEO in the chat box. I already have one person sending me OP because he said first. SEO in the chat box. Anybody? If you do get it, The second person will send me his OP too. Today is 27th. Come on, man. All of us are HRs. We know what 27th means. If by 27th your staff have not seen their accounts ring, what did they do to you in the office? Mine, they greet me very well. Oh. They will just come to my office. Good day, sir. And any challenge? No, sir. We just want to come and greet you. Oh. You understand that? Anyway, somebody wants to empty my account. Darlington. Okay, that's the second time, Darlington. SEO, search engine optimization. This is the concept where when you search on Google, some things come up first and some things come up on the second page and on the third page. If you Google your name, okay, it's just your name. How many people will you see? Why are those people there? Because of relevance. Now, you can't be asking a baby boomer SEO because that person is not as tech savvy. These are people that are more technical, they are more hands-on, all right? And they have knowledge from universities and textbooks. You can't begin to do that. So now use age diverse interview panels. Don't put on in one area, in one age range. Your age range is just from maybe 25 to 45 or 25 to 35. And you have people that are 45 and 50 coming for these interviews. How are they going to relate with your panel? Use age diverse interview panels. Next is what? Ask practical questions. Experience based too. All right? Ask practical questions. I have a question for the class and I'm going to ask it now. If you have an entry job that is requiring 5 or 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, let's start with a bit, 1 year of experience, entry level, how do you justify that? What do you look out for? How can someone get experience for an entry level job or graduate trainee job? You know, these things are fresh graduates. How can they get it? Somebody tell us at the end of the class though. Next is what? Offer both physical and virtual interview options. That's very lovely. Yesterday I had an interview, all right, for a role. Yes, HR2 define work. On no reason. All right. So I did an interview yesterday. Okay. And now that was what they sent me the message that it's this was the second stage. All right. And they said that okay, the recruiter sent me a message that I was successful in the first one and I should come for a physical interview. And I'm out of town. You see, I'm in Jos. And it was yesterday. The message was sent to me day before yesterday, which is bad practice too. Please, guys, remember to send out your invites early, if possible, 4 days before the time. If possible, you understand that you don't send people invites a day to then to when you're recruiting people and you have an interview on the 5th and you are sending invites on the 4th. Is that ethical, guys? Can anybody give me a hint? Is that right? People have things to do. People have things to do. All right. So you don't just bombard people just like that. Okay. Now, like I was saying, my interview now, I said to madam, I am not in town. I replied the mail. I'm on official assignment. Okay. And I won't be back until next month. Is it possible we could reschedule or we could have virtual? We could meet virtual. Guys, guess who wrote this message for me? My wife. That is to tell you what Gen Z are looking for. They how do I put it? They not send your papa. You get that? They not send your papa. They tell you what they want. And guess what? She said, yes, we can have a virtual. That is what it means. Now, use virtual and physical interviews because you don't know who you're going to accommodate. Give room for everybody. Gen Z definitely may prefer the interview virtual, while baby boomers, all right, Gen X, may prefer it physical. Make sure that you give room for everybody to be carried along. Okay. The next is what? Adapt your tone. Adapt your tone. There are different models, different people. Okay, you talk, the way I'm going to communicate with Mr. Kenneth is different from the way I'm going to communicate with Jude, if they are not in the same age range. Next slide, please. Do you have a question thus far? Anyone? If you do, you can drop it in the chat box. If you don't, we proceed. The next we have is what? How do you ensure retention? What is retention, guys? Retention is an HR concept where employees actually do not leave the organization. They find reasons to stay with the organization for a long while. These are practical definitions. You don't even need them. This is not ChatGPT definitions. And then these are things that you will know practically. Retention is keeping people, basically. All right. No matter the English they speak, the bottom line is what? Keeping people. Now, keeping people is going to be a lot easier with certain strategies. The first one is what? Ensure that your hires reflect all age groups. Bring people, multi-generational workforce. We've discussed how to advertise. We've discussed bringing them in. We've discussed where to advertise. We've discussed the interviewing process. Now, how do you keep them after you hire them? The next is what? Make room for reverse mentorship. What is reverse mentorship, guys? Reverse mentorship is a concept or a situation where the people that are actually more experienced or even older learn from those that are less experienced and younger, because they have the skills of what's coming. They know that. You have something called workforce planning. Workforce planning is a concept where you teach people the skills that will be necessary for your organization in the nearest future. Does anybody get that? Thumbs up if you understand what I said. Teach people the skills that will be necessary in the nearest future, where your organization is going to, where you gravitate towards. Let them know so that once we get there, they become valid. Next is what? Mix age groups in project teams. These people will communicate and learn from each other. What did I say earlier? Wisdom of the elders and young people's energy or strength. Put these people together. You will have a perfect team. You will have a lot of fights and conflicts, but you will have a perfect team. Nothing such as perfect, but you know what I mean. A team that delivers. Why? Because you have the older people that actually have experience, and then you have the younger people that have skills for different tools. All right? Now, these are some of the things that you look out for. Mix age groups in project teams. Next is collect feedback to improve future hiring. Collect feedback to improve future hiring. Okay, what does that mean? Don't just hire people. All right, collect feedback. I told you how to get feedback. You see, there's something we call referred to as 360 feedback. What does 360 feedback mean? Feedback from the staff, feedback from the management, feedback from the consumer. Okay, now it goes round. The consumer gives you feedback, the staff gives you feedback, then the management gives you feedback. Management, now I'm talking team leads, okay, HODs, supervisors. How is my staff doing? Okay, I posted Mr. Drew to your department. Please do regale me how he's performing. Feedback, collect feedback is very, very important. Next is what? Let's look at how communication can actually help improve engagement and retention. Okay, how can it improve engagement and retention? That is why it is said communication how can it enhance recruitment? Okay, now communication and engagement, this is what I mean by that. When you communicate, make sure you are very clear as to your objectives and everything. When we started this class, we read down the objectives of the class. By the time we're done, we're going to evaluate ourselves. We're going to get feedback based on those things. Guys, we're supposed to stop by 5, but we may have, because we were having network issues in the beginning, we may need maybe 30 minutes to catch up, to round up. Please do bear with me. Is there anybody that wants to leave by 500 dots, or should we have until 5:30, guys? Can we take 5:30? Thumbs up or thumbs down? The more we get, I know where we're going to. A thumbs up or a thumbs down? 5:30, Darlington, thank you. Mr. Kenneth, are we good? Can I borrow 30 minutes more of your time after 5? Jude, thank you very much. Mr. Kenneth, Esther, I want us to make up for our network crisis in the beginning. Thank you, guys. Oh God, I love this class. I love this session. I told you guys, no, I love you guys, man. Thank you very much. Yes, you can actually get what to eat. This is a virtual class. So it's not like we're seeing you. We'll not beg you. We have our own. First is clear communication. This is how communication can help enhance recruitment. When you communicate regarding recruitment, somebody called me that they want a manager for short let apartments or service apartments, all right? And what I asked was, send me the job description. The person doesn't have it. So I now asked, would you have me give you a job description, draft a job description for this role? The person said yes. Guess what I did? I built the person. That is how you can make some small change on the side. All right. In this our field, you have to learn how to make money, because that is what we're all here looking for. The person doesn't have a job description. I'll do the job description for you, but you will pay this. Now, next is personalized interaction. All right. After job descriptions, be very clear in your job descriptions. Okay. Don't use unnecessary English. You begin to sound like let's say, how do I call it? Aspire to perspire. Don't use unnecessary English in your job descriptions. All right. Next, personalized interaction. Talk to people like you know them. Don't send out mails like, dear applicants, you are shortlisted for an interview. No. If they take time to know the applicant's name, dear Victor, dear Valdez, dear Mr. Kenneth, dear Miss Esther, okay? Now, those things are personalized. All right, now the people feel they are carried along. Oh, he knows they connect more to you. Next, utilize multi-channel communication. Don't communicate only on just one side. Don't just send text messages. Send emails. Next slide, please, sir. After clear communication, what else do you do? What else is there for you? Timely feedback and updates. Timely feedback and updates. I told you guys, we already discussed what feedback is. All right. Now, tell people their performance. Those that do not qualify, send them a message. Next is what? Status update. Okay. Status update. What is the status update? Sometimes we don't let people know where they fall in the interview. They don't know the next stage. They're just there. After the first stage, you do not inform them that, okay, this is going to be a third stage or a second stage in this recruitment, and if you're successful in the first stage, you will move to the next stage. No, communicate with them. Let them know their status update. Where is this? I am at this stage now. I got a mail that I would be filling a personality test form. All right. Now that means they're trying to assess my personality. You see that's another stage. And now I know that that's where I'm at the recruitment stage. Next is transparency. Be very clear about what you're looking for. All right. Be very, very clear about what you're looking for and how you're going about it. You see that? Now, next thing we do is what? Engagement. Sorry, onboarding. When you recruit people and you find the successful ones, you onboard them. Onboarding them. Oh, my nemesis is here. There's a lady that is after my life, guys. Please. There's somebody. Let me take a short time to explain. This woman is after my life, morning, afternoon, and night. Her name is Faith. She just came online. I am going to die. I'm not playing. Okay, next is, guys, let's try quickly to round up. use engaging tools for your onboarding process. Okay. There's somebody I know that is in quite a dilemma. She found herself in an organization and the onboarding was poorly done. And now the management is levying a lot of things on her. Okay, get these people engaged, get these people tasked, tell them what to do here and there. But they should have job descriptions. Let them do the job. Okay. And she just met this situation. Hello, guys, can you hear me? Is anybody with me? If you're with me, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, okay, we're good then. All right. Onboarding. You see that this lady now doesn't know how to. She knows, but the work is much. She would have to start from the scratch. But she cannot go back and begin to onboard people that have already been onboarded in quotes. I wonder how they did that. But let's all wish the person well. Okay. And then whatever way we can help, we're always available. I may throw some of them. Please, guys, I would like contacts, maybe emails or even WhatsApp numbers so we can stay in touch, or LinkedIn. Okay. Now, the next is, what kind of tools do you use for your onboarding? Okay. Be very strategic about it. Be very, very strategic. In your onboarding, what do you do? What do you communicate to people in your onboarding? There are some people that we have vision, mission of the organization. We all have that. All right. Core values of the organization. Okay. Vision, mission, core values, job description, organizational chart or organogram. Are we getting the things I'm mentioning? These are things, areas you should focus on while doing your onboarding, guys. Vision, mission, okay, core values, okay, organogram. What's an organogram? It's a chain of communication, an organizational structure. Who reports to whom? Job description. Okay. Don't forget, these are things. Then now, company culture. You have to communicate to new people the company culture. This is what we like. This is what we don't like. For example, now, if you're an organization that does not permit dating among staff, you state that. Before you find somebody falling in love with the front desk officer and then beginning to do PDA. How many of us know what PDA is? Public display of affection. These are things like hugging, kissing, holding hands. We don't permit dating, so that should not be allowed. Guys, can anybody hear me up to this point? You communicate the company culture. Next, guys, next slide, sir. Social media and inclusive experience. Social media and inclusive experience. Use social media very much, okay? You share your job openings, you post them, you give your, even yourself, sell yourself on social media, okay? You give your profile. I have a lot of friends. Mr. Kenneth is a friend of mine. Mr. Jude is a very supportive friend of mine. There is nothing I would drop on LinkedIn that Mr. Jude will not repost, comment, like, or share. Mr. Jude, thank you very much. I just want you to know I appreciate that from the depths of my heart. Thank you very much. All right, guys, Mr. Jude is a very cool somebody. Please, you guys follow him. All right, follow him on Instagram, follow him on X, follow him on LinkedIn. You won't regret it. A very supportive person too. All right, now, next is what? Inclusive experience. Make sure people are carried along. Make sure people feel loved, feel carried along. You're taking decisions, you're asking. It's not because management cannot do it alone. They can. But when you bring people in, they value the organization more. What else? There's higher job satisfaction. What else? There's higher job commitment. You see, now we're about to review our rates. You get that? For a hotel. And then you call the housekeepers, you call the manager, you're the consultant now, a consultant HR. You see, you call these people together and then you ask them, guys, you people are the ones that have been working in these areas. Housekeepers, you take care of the rooms, you interact with customers. FDO, front desk officer, that's what I mean. You sell these rooms, customers meet you first. You understand? How do you do this? Manager, you oversee these things. We are currently charging 45,000 naira hour. our list room, but now with cost of operation, we intend to review that rate. By reviewing that rate, we would rather have it at 60,000. Now, what do? This can be done unilaterally. This can be done by myself in my office, and I will give you guys the information. But I have come to ask you guys why, because you are carrying them along in decision making. Okay, this is very important. It's very important to carry your people along. Next, employer branding. Employer branding. Okay, yeah, sorry. Also there now, I forgot to add that under here, you can use the concept of DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. There are people that you would also have to consider needs depending on the role. Certain roles that require brain power and not really physical or movement, you can hire anybody, even people with disabilities, those that cannot work, differently abled people, special people. You can do that. All right. Now, the next is what? Employer branding. Now, how do you represent your employer outside, your company outside there? Once again, I'll make another example. All right. Mr. Kenneth Sosa. He is very proud of it. He wears the shirt and gives you a very big smile. You see that? So once you're looking at that smile, you see, the next thing you're looking at the shirt, and it's a very nice shirt with very lovely colors. All right. What do you immediately see? Oh, this guy is a happy guy. Okay. That means what? His organization is a good place because he is happy. Why is he smiling? Why wearing the shirt? You don't come to work frowning your face. If you have problems, try to keep you anyway. You can't keep your problems outside the gate and coming to work. That's a fallacy. But what that actually means is you stomach those challenges because you are representing more than yourself. You are representing a brand. Okay, so you showcase the brand as how you would want it to be seen. Mr. Kenneth made me know his organization. I had not known them before. You see, because of him, I went online and I Googled it. And oh, guys, it is huge. These guys are in Lagos. These guys are in Port Harcourt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these guys are in Abuja. Why did I do this? He doesn't even know I did this. But if I'm not saying the truth, he should catch me. Am I lying? You see, I did. Because what? That is employer branding. He did that for me. Okay? Leverage technology. HR, there's something we call ATS, applicant tracking system. Use ATS to get the best candidates. And this also means, in recruitment, there's something we call internal and external recruitment. I'll ask that at the end of the class. You give your answers to the email, SHRPAN email, or you can send it to my own email. I'll drop my email in the chat box, okay, at the end of the class. So you can give me answers. What do we understand to be external and internal recruitment strategies? What are the advantages and disadvantages of this? Please, guys, put that down. I need you to just give me advantages. What do you understand by internal and external recruitment? What are the advantages and disadvantages that you experience? Okay, I'm dropping my email right now in the chat box. 28 Victor at gmail.com. Guys, I just dropped that. You send me your answers. Recruitment. Okay. Now, leverage technology, ATS, applicant tracking system. This is a software that actually helps the recruitment process. It collects CVs, you get uploaded CVs. It actually marries qualified candidates to jobs using keywords, key terms. That's why it's always very good to be professional on your application and your CV, because now ATS is going to collect these things: job description, matching job experience, they're going to align this. And that's why, so sometimes when you don't get called for an interview, it's not because you are not qualified, but because you did not word your CV properly. Always do research before you apply for it. Now that brings us, you want a CV revamp, you hit the mailbox. Okay, you want to know how to go about this things, you want interview tips, you hit the mailbox. You have my email. All right, chatbots. Chatbots, still technology. You can use chatbots for screening. You can use chatbots for onboarding. Okay, there are different. You know about Siri, Alexa. These are things like that. They tell you, some of these ones are instructional, but there are others that give you time. All right, they tell you, okay, this is when it's lunchtime. This is who your line manager is. This is where the next training would hold. You can pick this course, learn about people motivation on Udemy. These are things you get just one after onboarding. You see, these are things. These are chatbots rather. Okay, they help you out. Now, adopt virtual recruitment and assessment. We've discussed this before. Give room for virtual. Don't just stay physical, or don't just stay, be very, very open, be eclectic in your approach. All right, guys, be eclectic in your approach. Now, next is utilize things like Google Meet. All right, we have Teams, we have other platforms that are virtual. Online skill assessment. I told you guys I'm going to take a personality test. It's a link that was sent to me, not a document, not something in my email or my mailbox. These are some of the things that you would get. All right, so utilize these tools. Online skill assessment, you use these tools. They're intelligent tests. You see, they're personality tests. As a psychologist, I am actually very grounded in areas like that. I could give personality by interaction. Under 5 minutes, I can tell what personality type you are. And it helps me relate to my staff better. I know how to communicate with the person who is an introvert. I know how to communicate with the staff who is an extrovert. Okay, guys? Mr. Jude, please, can we flip? If it's okay by you, let's flip. Use social media and online communities. I belong to a couple of HR communities, all right, online. Very lovely places. If you want to, I will actually let you guys in on one or two of these. You will not regret it. Use social media very much, all right? You have your LinkedIn recruiter, job boards. We have Jobberman. We have Hot Nigerian Jobs. You see, those are different platforms. Okay, utilize these things. Social media recruitment or recruiting. Okay, there are a lot of people now, and if you have room for it, create remote jobs. Some things, some roles can be done remotely or hybrid. These are not terms that are new to us, are they? Please break those things down for me too in my email. But most importantly, I am looking for recruitment, internal and external, factors influencing, advantages, disadvantages. Don't forget that. You can give it to me before my next class. All right, before my next session, rather. Okay, now, social media. This is what, share your jobs, let people see them. That's how you attract candidates. It's not just by word of mouth. Use word of mouth for referrals, yes. Okay, use go to churches, talk to your colleagues. You see, like I said, there are certain things you prefer referrals, like in hospitality. Now I'll give you guys a scenario that you have to work with and explain. As an HR manager for a hotel, okay, your housekeeper has been invited by the DSS because he was caught for arms smuggling. He interacted with one of the guests and they put him onto it. So he sent a package of ammunition to another state on behalf of a guest, and his phone number was on it. And it was caught on the road. As the HR manager, you've been invited by the DSS. How will you handle this situation? That's the second assignment. First one, internal and external recruitment. Next one, your housekeeper has been caught for a crime, ammunition smuggling, and as an HR, you've been invited by the DSS. How will you handle this situation? Next, guys. Next slide, sir. Data-driven decisions and predictive analytics. What are these? HR now is more than just managing people. Yes, you manage people, but with what? With data, not just hearsay, not motivation, not aspire to perspire. Okay? Use what you, if you put data on the table, management will listen to you more. That is how you become a strategic HR. I know how I was able to influence policy because of data. Turnover, I was able to point out that due to our bad culture or lack of some features in our organizational culture, we've had high turnover. Within this period and that period, we have lost over 76% of our staff. I give them in numbers, and this has reduced our performance, thereby reducing organizational productivity and reducing revenue generation. That's what CEOs want to know. So when you use data-driven, when you make decisions with data, you actually are more valuable. Next is predictive analytics. What are these? HR, you must diversify. Don't say these things are just for people that did computer data analysis. No, you need to. You can predict the success rate of a candidate using predictive analytics. Okay? You can actually tell if this person is going to do well or not. Okay? These are some of the things that you can tell by someone's personality and experience where he will excel. Next, sir. Young man. What are we doing? Next, we're on conclusion. All right? We're almost there. So now, why I said almost is because we have 20 minutes. We have 14 minutes for questions and answers. And if I have wasted your time, you let me know. If I have not, you recommend me for a next class. And guys, I love every one of you guys here. Your experiences have been very, very insightful. Now I will take questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Victor, for that wonderful presentation. Please, if our emojis are not too busy, let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him, please. Also, I would like to inform us that this class comes with a 3-unit certification, and it costs 6,000 Naira for non-members and 5,000 Naira for members to get the certificate after the class. We can pay only within 5 days from the completion of this class to get your certificate. Should you want to be a member of the institute, kindly pay the sum of non-refundable 10,000 Naira only into our designated account and send payment evidence and scan copy of your CV resume to the email that will be posted to you here, and the council will evaluate and revert on the proper membership cadre you can go for. Thank you once again, Mr. Victor. Please, our question can come in now while I post the email address you can send your CV to. Thank you. Any question, comment, remark, contribution? Any question?
Hello, Oga Victor.
Does anyone have any question?
Oga Jude, can I speak?
Yes, please go ahead.
I bet no vessel. I don't come up for English. I want to enter Brooklyn now. I want to send my answer to Mr. Victor. How would they do them? That one in my mind because I got those questions, those answers.
Okay, drop her for the chat box now. Him go see him.
Okay, no wala. And that will be cool.
So I have sent the email address, so you can forward your. Okay, the account number. Okay, I've sent it earlier before, but I'm going to send it again. Hang on, please, while I do that.